Hello, everybody. It's go time.
Yep. Hey guys, welcome to live. We'll wait for a couple more of you to join.
Everybody. It's go time. Sorry.
Yep. So Jason has his phone here, so that way we're able to read questions a little bit easier and follow along with any questions you guys may have. So we're just gonna wait for a few more people to show up. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them. But today we were kept pretty busy.
Yeah, it was a nice day today. We went for a nice morning walk
Yeah.
down the waterway to this little like kind of pond area that we have there.
Yeah, I didn't think it was like that cold out today. It was,
No, it felt good.
Yeah.
Yep.
What do you think it hit today?
60 by us, which is awesome.
Yeah.
And
For
then-
us this time of year, 60's like, it's summer.
Yeah. Yep. And we rode bikes. So we were getting the kids out of the house
Yeah.
because we're doing school with them. Casey mainly, but today was a day that I did it with them too. So like
Yep.
to try to incorporate recess with them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I hope all of you guys are handling the new situations. I know that it's probably been tough for a lot of you. I mean, the adjustment from, being at work every day, doing your normal routine, to all of a sudden, you have to stay at home. Today, the order just went through for our state here, which is Wisconsin, the stay-at-home order, right?
Yeah. Stay at home. Yep.
Yeah.
So we just had that go into effect this morning. So hi from New York. Hi from Wisconsin.
Hey, guys.
Illinois. Nice. Elva, glad to see you.
Yep.
Hello, everybody.
Jason's using his phone to be able to interact and to be able
Yeah,
to
thought this
see
would be a good.
any questions that you may
Yeah,
have.
that way I don't have to like peer into the screen and.
Get up close.
Right. So, thanks for joining us, everybody. Hope you're all staying well and
Yep.
safe.
Yep.
We were just talking about what we were doing today, and we actually kind of planned out a little bit of our garden layout as well. We switched.
Yeah.
We switched up a little bit of what we were
Of the
originally gonna do for
Yeah.
the kids area. So.
Yeah, the new kid garden design. So, once you're out in that space or in your garden, you may have had a design in your head all winter when you couldn't get out there. And now that like we're out there, I'm really like, you know what? We just kind of, we're tinkering out there with
Yeah.
stuff. And
Yep.
a new design plan came into my head and it was like, oh. And so now all I have to do is draw it out and add in some fun little kid features over in a different spot.
Yep.
And in a good reason for that too is, with everything going on, we are trying to budget a little bit tighter even.
Yeah,
Just
right.
in case.
Yep.
This is affecting everybody. It's affecting incomes, it's affecting small businesses. Our main income comes from Jason's home building business. And that's, having some delays right now with things, which is understandable. And so we're just trying to keep things a little tighter. We're still gonna be doing everything we do normally in our garden, but our new garden design will be just in a different location.
Right, a different spot. So the little playhouse on wheels that we bought for the girls is going to be in a new spot.
Yeah.
Which we think is going to be a lot better. It's going to kind of flank the other side of the garden, opposite of where the greenhouse is.
Yeah. And I think it'll allow the kids to be more interactive in that gardening space, so they actually have their little space inside of the garden oasis. And by putting it in a different location, which we'll do a video on it so you guys can kind of see what we're talking about. But by putting it in this new location, it's actually saving us quite a bit of money. So that's what we're trying to do on the project this year, is just save
Yeah,
even
and
more.
it's going to be a little bit easier too, which is
Yeah.
nice, because that was one thing coming into this year, or at least at the end of last year. We kind of said to ourselves, you know what, next year, because of all the work that we had to do last summer, we're going to just make this year nice and easy. We're going to enjoy things. We'll do a couple things here and there,
Yep.
But of course, that stuff quickly goes by the wayside, and all these new ideas start coming in, but at the same time, I mean, it gives us good content to put out there. It's fun to do. We love
Yeah,
doing it, so
it is super fun.
it's all good
and,
there.
We still have a lot of projects in store to share with you guys, but
Yeah.
also a lot of how-tos in the garden for this year. And our goal over anything this year is to be putting out a lot more content for you guys.
Yes.
So you guys may find that some videos aren't going to be edited as much and others are more edited. That's what we have to do in order to be able to put out more content is, you know, be patient with us, especially during this time.
Right, yeah.
The kids are at home, I'm homeschooling, I have 2 kids at home, and I'm still working like a full-time, I'm putting out a video a day right now. We, not me, just both of us together. So, you know, I know some of you wanted the last video to be a little more edited, but we're doing what we can. We're doing the best we can.
Yeah, so it'll be fun to see how things go doing that, putting out a video a day, and we can't guarantee how long that we'll do that for, but
Gotta stay strong.
yeah,
Gotta
it's
do this.
just we're excited to see how, you know, what will happen there and how
Yeah.
things will go from there. So somebody did have a question. They asked, what is the lowest nighttime temperature before, you know, if somebody wants to transplant and plant something up, what's the lowest nighttime temperature for
Like-
that?
Right now, or
Right.
like something new? Are you talking seedlings or something new? So for us here, we really aren't safe until they say Memorial Day weekend, but we always start 1 to 2 weeks before that. We're in zone 4 in Wisconsin. And when it comes to like cold crops with, you know, lettuces, peas, radishes, carrots, things like that, we are actually going to be starting that April 1st, and really just our peas first, because we've got lettuce and greens growing indoors right now, and that's plenty. I'm gonna seed some radishes for inside, but April 1st is when we start doing things. If you wanna do it earlier, you could always add some tunnels over your beds. I see a lot of people doing that, and actually, a lot of people are
Yeah.
pretty ahead of us right now because of those tunnels. I'm like, man, we gotta get on board with those tunnels.
Those are nice. Those
Gotta
are
get
nice.
some tunnels.
Chopper Dow, thank you very much. Hi, Island Girl. Marina Allen, Karen Thomas, Gardening Junkie,
Hey,
Donna
guys.
Carroll. Thanks everybody for joining.
Thanks for joining us today. If you have any questions.
So somebody else asked, should I seed my veggie plants already? I live in Utah. Is it too soon to start growing seeds indoors?
Honestly, I'm unsure.
They don't usually plant until after Mother's Day, which
Oh, okay, so that's right around the time we do. So we already have a lot of seeds started, but right now is a great time to get veggies started, you know, tomatoes, peppers, anything else you're growing. We directly seed a lot of our garden, which I actually shared in this last video of the seedling tour. If you want to skip through the seedling tour because you get a little bored, near the end we kind of discuss the varieties we are directly seeding. And I feel like we don't really grow a ton of vegetable seedlings.
no.
We
no.
directly seed a lot, other
Yep.
than, you know, no, carrots we do as well.
Yeah, and this year too, I mean, almost everything is directly seeded.
Except for like tomatoes and peppers.
And some of the coleus and grasses that you took cuttings of, but a lot more this year than in previous
Well,
years.
last year I think is when we upped our game with seeding, and it was really nice to have like this huge variety and know that, you know, we grew it ourselves, and we made sure to show how we did that all in the house last season, because now this year we do have the greenhouse, but last year we documented our whole growing inside the house.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
So.
Hey Cal,
Oh,
our
Kellyanna's
beautiful
on
niece
here.
Cal's watching.
Hey, Cal.
Here's Sayla.
Sayla wants to say hi. Sayla stole the show last
Sandy,
time.
how are you doing?
Oh, how are those kitties doing, Sandy? Hope they're not causing you too much with the stay-at-home order.
So Chopper Doll asks, do you grow sprouts? And if you do, when do you refrigerate them?
So we're not growing sprouts, we're growing microgreens.
Microgreens, yep.
Yeah, I know, but aren't they kind of different? I thought that they were different.
Honestly, I don't know. So I mean, we've been growing microgreens. We
For a
grew
few
them.
years, but we just put out the videos, and we just put out one of harvesting it and what we store them in for the refrigerator. We like to within 1 week we cut our broccoli microgreens. Everything else could be cut, but we're letting it grow because we just finished the broccoli microgreens. Now we're gonna go ahead and cut the kale and then some of the mustard, wasabi.
Yeah, so I actually made a sandwich for lunch today, and I had the wasabi microgreens. I did the Ms. America, so wanted to add a little bit of spice, so I put some mayonnaise on there, sprinkled it on top of there, and then I put the broccoli microgreens on there too. So I was
Wow.
loaded up.
Really-
It tastes
really
good. It was
healthy.
real subtle too. It wasn't like a overwhelmingly strong flavor, and it was better than putting lettuce on there, because lettuce is sometimes just like
Yeah.
too much filler.
Yeah.
There's no taste with it.
Yeah.
It makes the sandwich too big and clunky.
Yeah.
Um,
But we did share the flavors. We did a taste testing of all the microgreens we are currently growing, and we put that video out with, it's called Harvesting Microgreens and Taste Testing the Microgreens, and that was just a day ago, so.
Gotcha. So sprouts are different. Somebody
Okay,
said.
that's what I thought.
Gardening from scratch. Hello, how are
We've
you?
never grown sprouts, so let us know how you like growing sprouts and
So
if you have any good tips.
Rachel Stallings, you asked, or you said something is eating everything that I plant. So frustrated. So one thing that we are using in the greenhouse, it's called a veggie pod, and it's actually a raised garden bed. They come in all different sizes, and it actually has a nice cover that goes over the top of it with a watering line inside too. So you can hook your hose up to it. It can
like a
water,
mister.
but it keeps critters, animals, birds, anything from getting in there. So
Out.
if you've got, and that right now we're growing beans in there, lettuce, herbs,
Peas, cucumbers.
peas, cucumbers. So we've got a lot of stuff in there, potatoes. So that would be a way
And they come
to,
in different sizes too, three
Yeah.
different sizes,
Yep,
which
so
is
that-
really nice, you know, depending on like how much space you have.
well, we'll send the link over.
Well, we'll put in the description of this live video once
There we
we're all
go.
done.
Yep. Everybody's a little paranoid about eating alfalfa sprouts. Why is that?
I don't know anything about
That-
alpha sprouts. Sorry, Selah keeps kicking the camera.
Sorry.
She's kick happy.
Do you ever
Happy feet.
separate your snapdragons seedlings?
No,
Like
I
split
don't.
them in half?
So all the Snapdragon seeds that I seed save in fall, I seed save so many of them, because I mean, if you've ever seed saved Snapdragons, you can literally just go like this with the flower in like a little like Tupperware, and they just like fall out. There's like so many. So we had a lot. So I top dressed my seedling trays really heavy with the seeds that I saved. So they are little seedlings with like multiple plants in them, and I do not plan on separating them out at all. I plan on just keeping them as one, and then they get nice and bushy, and they'll be beautiful for you. The ones that I do order, Snapdragons, like, you know, the Chantilly mix, the Potomac mix, these are all like cut flowers, you know, like the Madame series. They only give you so many seeds per pack about that, but my daughter loves to do chat messenger, and it keeps kicking in, so sorry about that. But anyways, so when they send the seeds, there's only 50 to 100 seeds per the Snapdragon, like little packets, and they're like $5. You know, that's expensive.
Yeah, yep.
That's expensive,
So if
like,
you
to
can,
me.
if you can save them,
So,
you know.
well, what I do then with those is I literally only put one seed per seedling. And that's why those ones are always just one plant. And that's just because I don't have, you know, all of this extra seed to top dress heavy. So those ones are one plant, but the ones I seed save, and if I have a lot of seed, I go ahead and just go heavy with it.
Very good. Stapleton Family Homestead, how you doing?
Hey guys.
Good to have you with us. So, in the beginning of the video, we were talking about how nice it was outside today, and just being able to get outside, do some stuff with the kids. We've been having a little bit of an adjustment period because everybody
Hasn't everyone?
is at home during these times.
With the
Yeah,
kids.
definitely. So it's a little bit of a schedule change with, you know, having the little ones here full time, and they pretty much are, you know, except for Lana, she goes to school, but Selah's here all the time.
But Selah does school too. She will be in 4K next year, but we still like to do like a at-home school. I think it's always good to have them ready and prepped for 4K, so 4K feels easy. I feel like when they go to school for that first year and it feels like easy, it makes them more excited about it. It feels more fun rather than like tough and stressful. And because that's what we did with Lana, and that's, I think, what instilled like the love of school in her. So this year was a little bit harder because, I mean, in kindergarten, they are learning how to subtract, add, write, read. I mean, I didn't learn that stuff until first, second grade.
Really?
First grade.
I actually don't remember. The only thing I remember from kindergarten was learning a couple of letters. There were all these like blow up letter characters.
That's the alphabet, Jason.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you're throwing a letter isn't okay. Oh boy. Oh, but I'm losing it here.
He didn't go to kindergarten prepared at all. Sorry, Karen, if you're watching. But Karen had 3 boys, Jason and 2 boys, so it's like that was a handful.
Yeah. Yep.
They're lucky they got to eat.
So yeah, a couple people have commented that they were outside doing some gardening prep work today, and that's kind of like and they're from Ohio, so similar temperatures to what we have here. So yeah, that's kind of all we can do right now is the prep work, and we're gonna plan on getting some peas in one of the raised beds pretty soon.
Yeah.
So I gotta find out where I can get some compost mix to put over the raised bed. And
we always amend our beds with like some compost, but we fill our beds with like a garden mixture, which is topsoil and compost mixed together. We also do add in a little bit of potting soil because we do plant a lot of flowers in our vegetable beds. But if you don't plant a lot of flowers, the potting soil step is one you can skip. And the type of potting soil we actually like to use is the brand Jolly Gardener. And it's more of a professional brand, and this Jolly Gardener style of soil is called the Professional Growers Mix. And it's really nice. You can find it at garden centers. You can call your local garden centers. Only garden centers really carry it. So that's what we tend to like to use. But right now, whenever we start our peas, it's still too early to bring in like this big load of soil.
Right, yeah, it's just gonna sit somewhere. It's gonna end up making, we did that last year and
We
it
even
sat.
tarped it and it just,
Right, it sat at the end of our like stone driveway area in the garden area. And I remember I had to like shovel, once we got it all the way down to nothing, it was like impossible to get the lower layer of dirt out of there. It was just
it was a pain.
nightmare. But Selah, you ready she wants to say something. I don't know what she wants to say, so hopefully it's okay. Okay, go ahead, Selah. What do you want to say?
Click down the subscribe button when you're done watching our YouTube video and comment down below who likes the better video of Floss.
yay! Good job,
She's been
Selah.
practicing making her own videos. So
On her
she'll take an iPad and like set it up and then turn it on. A lot of times she'll read like books to the iPad, but it's so cute to see her like emulate the things that we say and do. So good job, Selah. Give me 5. All right.
Good job, Selah.
Yeah.
The funniest part
if we get
though
it.
is when she leaves the camera running and doesn't know when it's on.
Yes. So
Those are the funniest
right before
parts.
this started, I went down there and I saw her iPad and it said the little notification low battery was on, but yet it was still recording. There was nobody around.
Probably
it had
like 40 minutes.
Yes.
We gotta teach her how to click that button off.
So somebody asked, how often should I water my seedlings?
I just water them when they actually look dry. So I go by the look of the soil. When it's wet, it's darker. When it's dry, it's lighter. If you have the vermiculite really on there heavy, sometimes I just move the vermiculite around. If the vermiculite, kind of like falls off or rolls off, it's dry. Because when vermiculite's wet, it kind of like stays in place. And another way to check is also to look on the bottom of the tray if you're still unsure. And if you see that there's some of the soil looks light in color, then that means that it also needs water. I also do a lift, like a weight check. And if it feels lighter than the rest, then that one's getting it. So that's how I do it.
Okay, very good, very good. So after we plant up our peas in the raised beds, what would be the next thing that we're gonna put into the raised bed?
Everything. So
Well, no, I mean like, I know we get everything all planted up at once, but is there any other like type of cold crop vegetable that we could get planted after?
I really don't start anything any earlier. I just wait until about the second weekend in May. You could start them earlier, you know, like the carrots and everything, but really,
Radishes.
yep, radishes with everything that is. I mean, we still get super cold nights. We still have, last year our peas were snow covered a few times. So for us, I mean, we just wait.
So somebody asked, and I can actually answer this one.
I'm gonna let you
Love
take
when
it.
I can. So succulents are hard for me. Do they need less watering than the usual plants? And the answer is yes, they do need far less watering than the other plants. How would you check to see if a
So-
succulent is dry?
Well, the reason why succulents don't need as much water is because they retain so much water within their leaves. With succulents as well, I just go by the look of the soil. If it's dry the whole way through, then I water it, and it gets left for, I don't know, like 1 to 2 weeks, depending on the actual succulent. I could really do a video on that because right now we do have quite a few succulents growing in the greenhouse. They're all on different watering schedules and they're all different sizes. So it'd be kind of neat to show you guys, you know, visually how to water
Check
them.
it, and yeah, I mean, one thing that I had
Yeah.
learned from Casey, I guess kind of a basic from her, is the finger, you know, so if you stick your fingers into the soil, and this is into a pot, into a raised bed, whatever it is, to check the soil. If it's damp, it's
Yeah.
okay. If it's dry all the way through, then, you know, you would want to give it some water.
On Amazon, I did see these really cool things. So we're gonna order one. We're gonna try it out. So it's like a little like thermometer looking thing that you would put in meat for temperature. But now they have them where you put it into your soil, you stick it down, and it tells you if it needs watering. But
That's nice.
but I wanted to try it first to see if it actually if it works well, because I know when I'm going to water things and varieties, so I want to see if it's like, you know,
Right.
on par with what I'm doing. And if
Yeah.
it tells me I need to water it when I would normally leave it for a couple days, yeah, then I'm gonna be like,
get tossed away.
Yeah, it's going. So I'm gonna try that out just for you guys, just because I want to see if, you know, what it does, because it would be so helpful and beneficial,
Yeah.
you know.
Somebody asked, did the Norfolk pine survive? And we're sad to say, no,
Wah,
it's
wah.
sitting in the compost pile right now. I threw it out last weekend.
Well, yeah.
Just being honest here. Yeah.
No, it did survive up until I planted it up. It was like as if it was like mad, like, what'd you do? And then
Disturbing me
and then
from my house.
It like went stiff, and then all the pine needles like became like thorns. I'm like, gosh,
Yeah.
what did I do?
It,
You
it
know,
like dried out, everything got stiff. It still looked a dark, luscious
It was
green.
amazing
So
looking.
you wouldn't be able to like look at it. It wasn't like brown or fried.
until you
where-
touch it, and then it got you.
Or yeah, you could flick it and you know part of the branch would break off.
Oh
but
no!
it was still green.
When I brought it even outdoors, I'm like, okay, you asked for it. I'm putting you outside, and it's freezing. It like left me with like the pine needles in my skin. It was like as if, no, you take that. Like we were having a battle.
She
over it.
said hers didn't either.
I
so
know. After I potted it up, I wonder if like they don't like to be potted up. I don't know.
They seem like a tricky one because we've had that one before, right?
Yeah, but it lasted way longer than ever because I misted the leaves a lot. But-
Chi-town, Maria.
Hey guys. So I think part of it though too was I did have it sitting near the fireplace the last couple weeks.
So maybe that just dried it out too much, or
Even
too
more.
much
I mean,
heat?
I had it there the whole season.
And that
but-
fireplace was running
All the
24/7,
time, yeah.
so that could have.
But I constantly was missing it, but I think at some point it just was like, okay, that's enough, you know? So.
Somebody asked about the annual grasses that we saved last fall.
Oh,
And if how they're still doing, and they're doing amazing. And
Awesome.
if you didn't see that video, I think that was in October of last year. We took those grasses, and I took my Sawzall
Yep.
and I chopped them up into little tiny sections. Casey planted them all up. They were all huge and doing amazing.
Yeah,
So
I think it was 4 or 6 grasses. I can't exactly remember the number. 4 or 6 grasses that we dug up
into
out
like
of
30, right?
Yep,
Or-
we dug them out of the window boxes, and Jason took his Sawzall and we split them into like 30
yeah.
grasses, and they're all doing great. We
That's so
potted them
cool.
into 6-inch pots with potting soil, and I cut them all down to just like little nubs. they're like probably 3 to 4 feet tall, each of them. And they're all on one bench. I'm gonna be doing a greenhouse tour really soon. I didn't know if anybody really wanted to see the greenhouse tour, but that question
Yes, I was just gonna
makes
say,
me
so.
think that you guys would want to.
Yeah, so we can show all that stuff,
Yeah.
because even some of the coleus that you did cuttings of, it'd be nice to show some of that stuff.
Yeah.
So this is a great question. How does Fuzzy know to eat her grass and nothing else? Well, she does eat other things. Fuzzy is very smart. She's like a little human, but
She's like one of
but
us.
but she's, she's still an animal, so she still does eat other things. But I think that cat grass is so good to where
Yeah.
that attracts her. We've got one in the house. We've got one in the greenhouse. It's funny because even today, this morning, she was just standing
So
by the window, and we have it up on a shelf,
Yeah.
and she was just like waiting,
She was like
waiting
perching
for it.
up, like trying to reach
Yeah.
like
Yep. And then we set it down, and she comes up to it and starts eating it. It's pretty
yeah.
cute.
She's like, give me my morning treats now.
Yeah. Yep. Let's see here. Have a great night. You too, Stapleton Family Homestead. Thank
Thanks
you
for
so much
watching.
for joining. The greenhouse tour, gardening from scratch. You got it for sure. We're gonna
Okay,
do that.
cool.
Hi
Yeah.
from Wisconsin, back to you in
Oh,
Minnesota.
awesome. Midwests.
Yep. Thank you everybody for joining. Somebody else would like to see the greenhouse tour. Angela will definitely do that.
Okay.
Somebody asked
Sorry.
our little one.
Sorry about
yeah.
that. Lana keeps trying to message us. Lana, stop messaging us.
So last live that we did, somebody had asked how we met. So somebody asked how we met. So do
Yeah.
we want to?
Long story short, we met at my birthday party when I was 23. A year later, we were married. If you want to know the really funny details, I mean, they're pretty fun. I think they're funny.
Yeah.
Because, it's just crazy, kind of.
Yep. So we did a video about a week ago, a live.
Yep.
And it's called Live Family and Garden Talk.
we have a playlist for live videos. It's the only one in it right now.
Oh,
so.
okay. Well, that's real easy to find then. So.
Yep. So you can listen to that.
All right. When do you pick strawberries? And I cannot wait to do this. We were just looking at our strawberry patch today. When I grow them, they look amazing until I pick them. Half is eaten by the dirt. So,
Yeah.
they,
So do you add any soil amendments to your soil, like acidic soil amendments? Whether you're organic or not, they have, amendments that are for organic or not. Be sure to add a soil amendment this spring or some type of a fertilizer for them. They're probably getting like that end rot on them. That usually tends to help a little bit. That's all I really have on
and
that.
and I guess depending on how long they've been there too, because
Yeah.
our strawberries will be going on their 4th year in those raised beds.
Third.
Their 3rd year. Okay,
Third
so this past summer was an amazing harvest.
Yeah.
But the summer before that was really
Well,
not that
We
good.
just planted them.
Right.
Of
Well,
course they're not
that's
gonna be good.
that's what I'm saying. Is maybe his are newer and they
Oh,
just
okay, yeah,
like
maybe,
ours
yeah.
were somewhat like that. It wasn't a great harvest.
Yeah.
But then the following year it was amazing. And you'll know when to pick them because they're big,
Yeah.
red, shiny. They shouldn't. Yeah, I guess they
Well,
shouldn't be
the
doing
other
that.
thing
But
too, when you get that, a lot of times too, if you have a lot of wet, rainy weather, or if they're getting too much water, a lot of times when they're sitting like along really wet soil, they can get like that as well. It's some type of a deficiency, so maybe even get like a soil test or kind of see where.
go out here for a second. So Candy wrote, Casey, I love all of your videos. Your videos have encouraged me to plant my own seeds this year. Thank you
Awesome.
for all your help.
Oh,
So
thank
so
you. I'm
cool.
so happy.
Yeah, it's one of the best things about doing this is being able to hear from you and getting comments like that, inspirational type ones. And we're doing this now because of that. Those are the types
Yeah.
of comments that keep us super motivated
Yeah.
to keep going with things and to work our hardest with this.
Yeah.
So we really appreciate that, and
Yeah.
everybody who watches our videos and takes the time to to be here and watch the videos.
All
Thank
of
you.
your encouragement is what keeps us going. Your kind comments and everything. That's what keeps us going, because we literally work so hard, not only in the garden, but here, like all the time. We're constantly working. So anytime that you could put a thumbs up if you like it, or a comment
We love
if
it
you
and
like
appreciate it.
Yeah, it just means so much.
So Maria says, I can't wait to see your planter ideas.
Ooh,
You guys are too cute. Thank you. We're blushing now.
he's blushing.
God bless your family. God bless you and your family as well.
Oh, thank you so much.
Somebody asked, how can I keep the squirrels from eating my corn? An air rifle. So I've seen people put up like fencing type systems around their corn, but
Yeah,
that's
I
going to be
mean, if
hard for
you're-
squirrels because they're little.
I know. I always dislike whenever people are like, can't you just pick this off or put this little fence around each one? I'm like, what do you think? I'm growing one or two? If you're growing a lot, especially, just maybe even put out some live traps, move them the other way. Something that would scare them away. Like they even have organic deterrent sprays. I don't really know too much about how to deter squirrels because we don't have a lot of problems
Right,
with squirrels.
that's something that we don't get tested with.
Mainly because we kind of don't have a lot of trees around us yet, and we're not dealing with them. But our main problem always were bunnies and mice. And so that's why we decided to get a cat. And now we don't have any problems. If you watched the last cleanup with Jason with the containers, Fuzzy's like playing cat and mouse. I mean, she's chasing mice in that
Yes,
video.
she's
She's
been a
doing her
godsend.
job. So
Gardening from scratch, we love you. So somebody had asked in a previous question, my strawberries are rotting when they're sitting on the dirt. And she said, put straw around the base of your strawberry plants. If the strawberries are sitting on the dirt, they will rot faster than if they're not. So I think that's
Great tip.
a great tip. So,
And if you guys haven't checked out Gardening from Scratch yet, check out her channel. It's
Yes.
great. She's
Yes.
great. And so much fun also.
yes.
So,
Okay, we're all caught up on questions right now. So
anybody else has any
my
questions?
voice just cracked there like I'm going through puberty.
Maybe he is.
No, that was a long time.
Nope. Yeah, but this week though has been quite the adjustment, because not only are the kids home, but we also made this goal to try to put at least one video out a day.
Yes.
And if we skip a day here or there, it's fine, but we're trying to get out at least one video.
One video every
a
day. Yep.
So if there's something you guys want us to show right now, because you guys know that we are in Wisconsin, our gardens aren't completely planted yet. We're growing in the greenhouse, in the house. If there's a video that you guys want us to do, feel free to let us know.
Yeah, it'll be
And,
a good topic idea.
Yeah, because I mean, we have a lot of ideas of what to create, but it's great to be able to create something that somebody really wants to see.
So what kind of strawberry varieties do we grow?
So this is actually kind of funny because when I planted our strawberries, I got them from Johnny's Seeds online. I don't know if any of you guys have ever used them, but I used that little tape method that I use, the painter's tape, where I put it around, since it was in a garden, I did it on a popsicle stick, and I put it outside. I'm like, yeah, this painter's tape works great for everything. Well, not through the weather and rain, okay? So only one variety I could read by the end of the season. Somebody was like, what variety is that? It looks great.
I
I'm
don't
like,
know, but it tastes good.
I'm like, it's amazing. So the one variety of the flavor that we love is called Sparkle.
Yes.
And the other variety that produces large strawberries, we have no idea.
Yeah.
I have no idea. And I tried to go back and look at like past orders, but I didn't see any.
Yeah.
Because that was a year that I didn't start the seed order videos until last year. So if I had started it the year before, I would have been able to reflect back and see that information, but it wasn't there. So I'm sorry.
Chris from Green Bay, how are you doing? Go Pack, go.
Yeah, that's right.
Can't wait for some sports. to
Unless
start
he's a
again.
Bears fan.
No way, he lives in Green Bay. He's got to be a Packers fan. Someone asked, how are the kittens? The kittens are doing great. In fact, Sandy, she may still be in the live chat here, but she gave 3 of the kittens a loving home, and it's so cool because she will text us pictures.
Yeah.
She actually did write a comment in here that said, the kittens are doing great, but she's having a hard time keeping them out of the seeds, out of the seedlings. So, at that young age like that, they're pretty
They're like
rambunctious, and they
swatting.
are, digging in everything. But she says she loves them just the same, and they're doing good. So it's cool that we get to see 3 of them all the
Yeah.
time. And we know the other ones went to good, loving homes too. So they're all doing good.
We get random updates of the other ones
Right.
as well, so and they're all happy, and Fuzzy's happy, I think, too, because now her little nipples aren't sore anymore. I felt so bad. We were actually helping Fuzzy milk those kittens. We got bottles.
Yeah.
And
We bought this
we
like
bought
kitten
bottles.
formula
I was
online.
like this though, like every 4 hours. I was like, like this, because kittens can't sit on their back to feed. I didn't know that, and then we looked it up, and they have to just be sitting regular, and then they just eat it like this. So I mean, we like bottle fed those kittens with Fuzzy because it was just she had 7 kittens and it was too much for her. So
So they're gonna try the sparkle strawberries. So that's a good.
Yeah,
So
that's
somebody asked, are we planning on doing a video when we plant the window boxes? Yes, for sure.
yep, we've been
That's a
doing one of
yearly
those.
tradition.
Yeah, it is a yearly
Yep.
tradition now.
And I'm really excited to see what the window box is gonna look like this year.
Gosh, there's so much pressure. Everyone loves these window
Well,
boxes.
they're always good. I mean, they've been massive the last couple of years. The window box last year had a couple little issues because we went on vacation. Couple of things didn't get the attention that they should have. It never quite came back the same.
And let me tell you, we go on 2 vacations a summer, or a whole year, really. And it's
Up
for
north.
1 week each. And we just go to my parents' cabin on the lake. And it's nothing, fancy or anything.
Oh,
It's
we
just-
love it though.
But it's just a nature vacation. It's our absolute favorite. I just have a feeling that some of you guys are like, oh, look at these two vacationing during gardening season. No, we're not like that.
Yeah.
It's like literally, like it's so hard for me to leave my garden in someone else's hands. But we are very lucky to have a couple people around that do help out. So
Yep. So we will definitely be doing that. So we did not end up keeping the white kitten. That went to Sandy with the 2 other kittens.
Yep.
Birthday cake was
her name.
I don't know if that's still her name.
they
there,
call her
or-
BC.
BC.
So, yep,
All
they
right.
kept the
There we
name.
go.
Yep,
There
yep.
we go.
And she's happy playing with her other brother and sister all the time.
Yeah.
So causing chaos in Sandy's home. Sorry, Sandy.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, what do you think? Anybody else have? I see somebody just typed something through there.
Uh-oh,
Oh,
what's
here we
it?
go, Sandy. So, birthday cake, Rain, and Louie. Those are the 3 kittens' names. So,
And they do have an Instagram page too. Sandy, if you could share the Instagram page in case anybody wants to go and see the 3 little kittens so they can get a little update there.
Yep. Somebody asked if you're Russian.
Oh, wow. Even with this Midwest accent?
She's a Russian spy.
No, I'm Italian and German, and let's see, Italian, German. Well, I'm mainly Italian and German. My sister was one of those that loves getting that little DNA test to find out what you were, and I'm a million things, but I'm mainly German and
Yeah,
Italian.
me too. I'm a mutt of all different.
Yeah.
A lot of Greek, English. Yeah, a bunch of different things. So, okay. All right.
Okay.
Well,
mutt.
I feel like we're kind of running out of things to talk about. So, is there anything else that you wanted to talk about or say?
Well,
to-
once we leave this live, if there are any videos that you guys would want us to do, take into consideration our gardens aren't ready to plant yet because we do live in Wisconsin Zone 4. So we're going to be doing some garden cleanups. We're talking about doing a greenhouse tour. We will be planting up some canna bulbs in pots soon. So if there's anything else that you guys want us to show you on how we do it or grow it or whatever, let us know.
Yeah.
We'll
Oh,
create
so
for you.
one last question. How do you stop bugs on your cucumber vines?
Oh my gosh, this is the worst. Oh, so right now we are growing cucumbers in the greenhouse, and there are no beneficial bugs around. It's like all the beneficial bugs died, but the bad bugs were like, ha, I didn't go anywhere. You know, so they're like all over our plants, and I have nothing to eat them, nothing to balance. You know, usually if you have a balance, you can use something that, you know, is organic and you got it under control. And we've been just organic already, but it's not knocking it out the way it does when we have our gardens outside. We have had the biggest problem with thrips. And it's like, first it was mealy bugs, but I got them under control. And then with Monterey, organic Monterey, and even then I still see some mealy bugs pop up here and there. So I just squish them with my finger. If you're grossed out by that, put on some gloves, but really they're just like these little white things, big deal. And with the thrip, I was like, all right, I got this. I knocked out those mealy bugs. I can get them with the Monterey too. I think those things are becoming immune because I'm like, they are so crazy. So tonight I did one more spray with the Monterey on like one of our sunflowers. One of our like testing sunflowers is in blossom in the greenhouse. And as I spray it, these thrips just like come out, and there's more thrips than there is flowers.
Oh.
And I'm like, what the heck? So I just like, Sayla, no playing the piano right now. Wait, okay? Beethoven, hey, over there. So it was just like, I sprayed it with some more Monterey, but I'm gonna switch it up to something else pretty soon because I think they are becoming immune. So we're having issues with thrips. If we have good bugs, beneficial bugs, you know, I feel like we always have a good balance and it doesn't get too bad. So we're actually considering bringing in some ladybugs, lacewings, something like that.
Yes, and maybe we'll talk about that in our next video. We're doing an area in the garden now that is going to kind of host beneficial bugs.
Yeah.
So that we're drawing them into our area, and we accidentally did that last year with our big hillway in the backyard there. We kind of let it grow wild and got a lot of different wildflowers. Even the flowers that were on some of the weeds ended up being
like
good for beneficial bugs.
Yeah, like the Queen Anne's lace.
There we go.
It's a great one, even for like all the pollinators. They love those little cluster flowers because they can really, you know, get in there really good. So that's what they're really attracted to. And I think that really helped with the balance of the garden. Because I felt like last year we had the most balanced garden ever. And that's the only thing we did differently was allow the back half of the property to kind of just go wild with it. And so what we're gonna do is go ahead and add in a few other varieties into a few different gardens to host more beneficials and more pollinators. And we do go into detail on that on our podcast episode, The Lawrence Garden Farm. It's called Attracting Beneficial Bugs and Our Favorite Flowers.
Yeah, yep. So, all right. Well, I think that's going to do it, right?
I think that'll do
We've
it.
had a long day, and we wish everybody a, I think I was
even
just
think.
about to say, we wish everybody a Merry Christmas.
It's almost
Wish
it's almost
everybody a
Easter.
great night.
Well, and we will be live again in another week. We're going to try to do a live every week. So if you have any questions and you want to save them for the video, that's fine.
Thank you,
too.
Chris. You
So,
stay safe too.
Yep.
Everybody stay safe. God
Yep.
bless. Take care.
Thank you guys. Have a good night.
Bye now. Okay. I gotta
All right,
remember how to end
now-
this here.
Okay, so now you just hit the X, hit the X, hit the X.